because I'm trying to make the speed faster to make sure that you don't get much time, and you don't much waste your time. So I increase the speed of the recordings, and I try to upload today as well. So first day is pending. First day we discussed about background of Active Directory components, the importance of Active Directory, and the basics of Active Directory background. And then we downloaded the VMware, then we downloaded the OS 2016, and then we installed the ED. So yesterday we covered the theoretical part. We covered how the internet works, how the IP address, how the the domain purchasing works. So yesterday topic was very interested, and hope you guys have understood it. Whoever attended it yesterday, please tell me if I was able to explain to you or not, because your feedback only helps me to earn that time which I'm giving you free of cost. If you don't understand, then what's the use of having these calls, right?
Yes, Shama, the session was good. It was okay.
One thing to say, Shekhar, will we be covering the settings which we do in the DNS, like the MX record and all the records which we...
Yeah, we have not started, but we will be covering.
Yeah, okay.
We haven't started.
Sure, okay.
Exchange install. Explain what did we cover yesterday and what did you understand? Any volunteer who joined yesterday's session as well? Oh, hello.
So, Shama, the session was about DNS and DNS records. I got to understand how to purchase a domain. I also got to understand how DNS works in terms of translating a user's request. Then the DNS server will respond with by converting a user's web request to an IP address that the DNS will understand.
Okay. Thank you, Edward. So today we will be covering some of the theoretical part and then the practical. So we have already installed ED. This is our Active Directory machine.
It's not shared. Also, if you're starting the recording.
Yeah, I'll start the recording. Thank you for reminding. Whoever try to speak, please speak with your name, so I will be habitual to understand who's active and who's not. I mean, who is understanding or who's. It helps me to make more interesting sessions. So who was that?
So it was Fakhruddin.
Okay. So this was our yesterday's session. So today is 17. So today I'll cover Dora process. So what is Dora process is? D for discover, O for offer, R for request, A for acknowledgement. So whenever we have any machine starts, let me see if my recording is working or not. So I can share.
Not share that if you are sharing.
No, I'm sharing on another screen. That recording is going on. I tried it yesterday, the Microsoft recording, but that is only for 30 minutes. So today somebody suggested that try OBS, and I downloaded it. It's good software and it's recording free. So let's see if it record both the side voice. Because in yesterday's session there was only one-sided voice. Whoever asked the question, that was not coming. But in today's session, I think it's recording. Can somebody speak? I'll test it whether it's recording both side voice.
Hello, mic check 1 2 3 4.
Thank you. It worked. Thank you, sir. Yeah. So today we will cover Dora process before going practical. So whenever a system starts, a request, when if it connects to the internet, it goes to the request goes to a router for requesting an IP address. So it try to discover the IP addresses. Okay. So let's suppose there's a cyber cafe which has around 20 of computers, or there's a company, or there's a home where there's 20 of computers. So everything starts at a time, and all the request goes to router that I need an IP address, I need an IP address, I need an IP address. So what this router has, it is called DHCP server. All the routers is designed in a way that it has the IP address to distribute their machines. So your computer will request for an IP address, that is means discover. The DHCP server will give a list of IP address to your machine. In that list, there can be 7-10 IP addresses which are available to here. I'll explain how this IP address range and all we decide we can configure into our Active Directory. Okay, that IP address range and all. So from that range, it will give you the list of IP address, and you have to pick up one of them. So let's suppose it has given you the IP address 192.168.1.10. From 10 to 20, it has given you 10 number of IP addresses, and your machine has picked up the IP address name 13. So it says discover. Your computer says I need an IP address, so that request called discover. Then your router or a DHCP server offer him the set of IP addresses, the list of, the available IP addresses. That is called offer. Then your machine acknowledge one of the IP address.
And multiple IPs to computer or only one IP?
Multiple IPs, whichever available. So in the background, how does it work? We don't need to go into deep. That is just a process to make you understand how the Dora process works. So when computer discover an IP address, request for an IP address, the DHCP server offer a list of IP address, and from that list of IP address, your computer accept one of them. Okay, then your machine acknowledge it. This is acknowledgement. Dora discover offer request, and then it says acknowledgement. There's a pencil. Discover offer request and acknowledgement. So this IP address will stay with this computer for next 7 days. Like it's a lease, IP address lease process. Okay, so it stays with the computer for 7 days by default. But if this guy keep on working for 7 days, then it will try to reach the DHCP server, try to reach to the computer whether it's response or not. If it's continued working, does not respond to him to release the IP, then it renew the IP address lease for next 6 more days, 13 days. If for 13 days also, if it does not restart the machine, then it will automatically change the IP address in the for security reasons. So to make it more simple language, I just did chat GPT, and this is D for discover. It hello, is there any teacher who can give me an address? It's a simplest language I have tried. So DHCP server says yes, I'm here, you can see this IP address. It has given me this IP address, it's offered. So the request, okay teacher, I want this IP address please, and this is acknowledgement. Okay, I have approved, this is yours. So this is simple Dora process. It happens every single organization, every single time. So this lease happens. If you still control, like you can keep the IP address, first it goes for usually 24 hours, then you can take it for 8 to 12 hours, 1 day, and till 7 days it keep on in the same way. So this is the lease system. It's not your topic for today. You don't need to go to this deep, but that was the Dora process I just want to explain before assigning IP address and all. So now this is the Active Directory I have installed, and today we will be covering the basics of Active Directory. So these are the OU. I have created Microsoft.com, my company. These are the OU. OUs are nothing but they are like departments. Like we have HR departments, they have IT department. So similarly, Active Directory is a backbone of every company. It store the informations and also give you the single platform to manage your identities. So we have users. In users, we have default users, and these are the default users created. So your today's homework will be to understand or to go through that type of default users, type of admins in Active Directory. Then their permissions. So we have domain controller, we have domain computer, we have domain admins, we have DNS admins, we have DHCP users, we have DHCP administrators. So each one of admin has their own role. Schema admin and the enterprise admin is the highest privilege into company. So whenever we want to move the schema participant, the schema role to another servers in terms of any maintenance or any such things required, then we need to log in as a enterprise admin. Okay. So these are the default users which got created. So now we will create OU. So these are the type of objects. So next question, you need to understand the type of objects into AD. So these are the type of objects. So when you click on new, you'll get computer. You can create a computer, you can create a contact, you can create a group, you can create a organization unit. These I haven't created any in my experience, so I'm not also sure about it. If anybody knows that, they can highlight it. But generally we get to, we have not even created OU, but OU is something like a segregation of the departments. Then we have printers, then we have user shared folder. So these are the basic tasks you get generally as an IT admin, system admin into working in Active Directory. So each one of them, whenever we create them, for example, if I want to create a computer, so computer will have a different kind of form. We have computer name, we have computer name like predefined Windows, which Windows it is. Then we have user group, which group you want to make them changes. So this informations came as a form when we create a computer. Similarly, if you create a user, then you have a different kind of form. So when you create a user, you will have first name, last name, full name, user logon name, and this is how this form gets open. But when you create a printer, you will get another type of form. Printer, see, it will type you, if it asks you the network path, and okay. So these are the forms which is decided by schema partitions. So when you go through the topics, the Active Directory FSMO roles, so next topic will be Active Directory FSMO roles. So in FSMO roles, one of the critical role called schema master. So the schema master role will decide that what attribute will be created whenever we create a new user or new object into organization. So schema master is the main backbone of all the Active Directory. So if you create a shared folder, it will ask you to create a name and the path. So each time we have a different, what do you call, forms is opening, right? So this is the guest user. Into guest user we have member of, so we can see this guest user as member of which groups. We have accounts, profile, telephone number, address, general, all these called attribute. So this attribute is also decided by schema master, that if new user get created, which attribute will be available for this user. So it's like backbone of your complete Active Directory. Schema master is the highest, critical FSMO role of Active Directory. Okay, so one of them is schema master. Then we have, where is my ChatGPT? So FSMO roles are divided into two parts. 2 roles are forest level and 3 are domain level. Okay, so the forest level means remember in our first class, for whoever did not attend it, we have forest, then we have tree, then we have domain, then we have what do you call computers. So Active Directory is divided into 5 different FSMO roles. So there are 5 major pillars of Active Directory, and these 5 pillars are also divided into 2 parts. One is the forest level, one is the domain level. So these 5 roles of Active Directory, FSMO roles, has 2 separations. I mean 2 different parts. One is the forest level. So Schema Master is a forest level. Forest level means, what is forest? Forest is the whole organization. Forest means, like my company name was Microsoft.com into my lab. So this is my forest. So we have Schema Master, that is a forest level. It contains structure of Active Directory, like blueprint of the school, blueprint of the company. Okay, that what attribute will be created whenever we create a new account, adding a new attribute, existing schema or exchange. Then we have domain naming master. So domain naming master contains the created new child domain or removing domain. Domain naming means it handles the domains into organizations. So if I create one user, call user 1, let's suppose this guest user already exists in the company. Okay, so if I create one user, name Chandar, last name is Sekhar, login ID is C Sekhar. Next, user must change their password. No. Welcome. So these are the options whenever any new joiners joins. So in the Active Directory team or the Helpdesk team create their user login login ID and password, so they can tick mark these accounts, like account this is disabled, because when the user will join, then they will enable the account. So account will be created, but it will be disabled. And user must change the password. So when they log in first time, they will get a prompt to change the password. You must have seen in all your companies, whenever you join, you cannot change the password, means they have to contact IT Helpdesk to change their passwords. Password never expires. This we do generally for creating service accounts. So done. So Chandrasekhar is being created. Now if I try to create another user with the same name, Active Directory will not allow. So which part of the Active Directory take care of these things? The domain naming master. Chandrasekhar, C Sekhar. See, the username you have chosen is already in use this enterprise. Choose another username. So that's the reason, because Active Directory domain naming master is taking care to avoid any duplicacy into organization. It will never allow you to create any object with the same name twice. If you want to remove the user, if I want to delete the user, so this Chandrasekhar is deleted now. So Chandrasekhar is deleted. Now the domain naming master understood of my Active Directory that this account is being removed, and now I can create again the Chandrasekhar and it will allow. So did you understand? Hello. Am I audible?
Yeah, Shekhar.
Yes.
Then we have next is PDC emulator. The PDC emulator is the most important part. So PDC emulator is something called, it helps you to sync the timing and the passwords. So Sindhu is sitting in Bangalore, I am sitting in Canada, and my Active Directory domain is like we both are working in LTI. I don't know where the server is. Sindhu has changed the password 2 minutes back, and immediately she's able to log in. So how does Active Directory know that Sindhu has changed the password? The PDC emulator is the FSMO role which sync the password to the primary domain control, and also it synchronizes the time. If Sindhu's account locked out, then PDC emulator will tell the primary DC that account is being locked out. Okay, understood? So PDC emulator is responsible for time and password synchronization. Similarly, we have infrastructure master. So infrastructure master is called, it handles the complete infra informations, like how many domains do we have, how many machines do we have, where this machine exists, where the location of this machine, the complete infrastructure knowledge. So infra means the buildings, right? So whenever we have a company or we have a house, we go to a house, we ask, where is room number 5, where is room number 3, where is room number 2, where is room number 8. So there must be some entry in a school or in college, or I'm just trying to give an example to make you understand that infrastructure master will have the details of all your infra. And then we have PD simulator covered. Read master didn't come. Okay, this is the read master. So read master is also a domain level. So read master, whenever we create a user account into organization, it can be group, it can be domain, it can be OU, it can be computer, it can be user, it can be guest user, it can be any account. So whenever you create an object, a unique ID get assigned to that user. That is called unique identification number. What is it called, Hussein? Any idea? Hello, Hussein, you there?
Sorry, brother, no idea.
Okay. So that unique ID get assigned to that user. It's a mix of alphanumeric numbers. So I'll show you for better understanding. So let's suppose computers. This is my computer. Okay, and I have renamed this computer. No, read master is not the naming master. Read master is to assign the unique alphanumeric unique numbers to each object. Domain naming master will take care of the duplicacy in terms of understanding the names. Like Chandrasekhar is a repeated name, but if you put Chandrasekhar 2 or dot Chandrasekhar, it will allow you to create. But read master is something provide a unique ID, unique identification number. So if I want to show you what is unique ID, I'll show you. Okay. So let's suppose I have created a new user, Chandrasekhar, C. So now we have Chandrasekhar, and if I open Active Directory, another tool, Active Directory has so many tools. So this is the tool where we can see the attributes, and I'll show you what ID it has assigned automatically. So this is also one of the Active Directory tool. If I search Chandrasekhar here, see extensions, attribute editor. So these all are the attributes assigned to each one of the user whenever we create. Filter, show, attribute has value. Okay. Can you see this GUID? Can you see these alphanumeric numbers?
Yes, Shekhar.
So this is the number GUID. That is the unique ID given by the Active Directory read master role. Even if you delete this user and recreate it, this ID will not be assigned again. This is always unique. Okay. So these are the attributes which get created with one user. But when we see in normal Active Directory, behind the scene, the normal admins can only see these many informations, member of, dial in, because these are the daily basic things which we use in L1 level. Account details, like Active Directory helpdesk person can change the account details, address update, telephone number update, organization. But when you go to L3 and above level, you need to, when you do troubleshooting, you need these informations. So nobody will explain to you in any of the class that what are these things and how the read master get these IDs. If I create another Chandrasekhar, it will not allow you to let you create same Chandrasekhar. So which part is taking care of that avoid duplicacy? Can anybody answer?
Domain naming master.
Domain naming answer. So what I will share an example why it is important. There was a scenario. I was working in one of the project, and there was an application client wanted to introduce to the company. So that application we wanted to register to Azure. So when I was doing it in Azure, and I have done registration and all, it was showing working perfectly fine. But this was a third-party application. It was working not, the SSO was not working into application. So we have opened the case with that application team, and the application team said that we need the special attribute to make the authentication work. But that attribute was never exist here into organization for that user. So what we have done, we have raised a change, we have opened a case with Microsoft, and Microsoft suggested that this was an L3 and above case I'm sharing, because I have 15 years of experience and I've worked on such multiple cases. There are very such case you get an opportunity to work with. So Microsoft suggested that we have to create a new attribute to, this attribute does not exist in default attributes. So that is the first experience in my 15 years experience that I have got an opportunity to create a new attribute. You hardly get any of the, because I could not save that information into my learnings because it was confidential information of the company, but I'm sharing with you because I have worked on such case with Microsoft that we have created. So these are the attributes. Some application says I will authenticate the user object class. Some application said okay, I'll authenticate with the seed ID. Some application says okay, I'll authenticate with group ID. Some authentication says I will authenticate with the same account name, C Seeker. So user have to just to type same account name. Some application says CN number. Some says okay, I will authenticate user principal name. But this application was newly introduced for some banking sectors, and they wanted to authenticate on something which the attribute did not exist. But that does not mean we cannot say no to the application. So we went to the Microsoft, we told that this application is not working. Microsoft has done the analysis for almost 7 days and come up with a solution that this attribute does not exist. We have to create an attribute. So we went and told our schema master role that buddy, whenever we create a new user, we want this attribute also should be created. So it's like creating a newborn in a baby. So whenever a baby borns, he has a default bonds, right? But if we have a requirement that this baby needs to log in, needs to climb this tree, to climb on this tree, he needs some extra bond, right? So the extra bond creating is not possible because it's not in genes. It's not there in their parents. How can we create an extra bond into baby? So we went to the God. The God is Microsoft for us because that's their product. We went to God. We requested God, we want a new bond to be created in a new baby. I mean, in our existing baby. He said that is not possible because it's not in default, but it's a client requirement. It was our requirement. But what they said, okay, we'll tell our schema master, you add this attribute and his new bond will be created. So whenever this baby will climb to this particular tree, he will be needing this bond and he will be able to climb. Am I able to explain, guys? Or it is too much? Or am I going? Please help me or say something.
No, it was
Yeah,
perfectly
you're explaining
clear.
correct. Yeah.
Okay. So that's the reason we need these kind of attributes. And the example I've given you to make you understand that you hardly get chance to create a new attributes. So which part of the domain controller or our, where is my chat GPT? See, everything is free these days on internet, but you have to understand in your practical world. Reading these things on internet, I never understood what is Readmaster till the time I discover what is Readmaster. I'm telling you my experience. Okay. So PDSC emulator I already explained, domain naming I already explained, infrastructure I already explained. That's all. So what is the next topic? Any questions?
Yeah, can I just add one thing in the RID?
Yeah. Means?
You have AD and ADC, right?
Mm-hmm.
So normally, I think the RID provides a number of, pool of RID to the ADC to be used, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, you are correct. But that is for that is ID. RID is separate. And if you go in details, then RID has a mix of unique number, alphanumeric, and numbers to provide a set of unique numbers to the users, and from then one of them get assigned. So that is also correct.
Right.
Thanks for reading. Yeah, just give me 1 second. I'll have a water glass. Yes, thanks. Farukdin, you are the one who has done MCSC, right?
Yes.
So, guys, that is the difference between practical and the certified guys. I mean, he has done MCSC, he has good knowledge, so that's the reason he was able to catch so deep. This was very deep, but you will not get that level of exposure to touch or to decide RID master. But it's good to know information. Thanks, Faruk.
Yeah. Thank you.
So, did you understand the 5 FSMO roles? Hello, hello, hello. Anyone has any question?
Yes, but not able to explain.
Okay. So we have, I have created user. We will create new OU. So because it's a hands-on class, can somebody explain what is OU?
It's an organizational unit.
So depending on your department or your location, we can create a different category kind of to add the users.
So I have created free learning OU. Inside this, I have created sub OUs.
It's like a path of right.
Path of see.
It's a path. When we are creating a user, we need to put into some put into some specific location. We can.
Okay. So why we need OU? I'll give an example. And delete this OU. Why do we create OU? Do not have sufficient permission. Because I logged in this machine as an administrator, but only the enterprise admins can delete the OUs. See, I tried to delete these OUs, but I did not have permission because I have logged in to this machine as administrator. Administrator does not have access to delete any OUs. So what I'll do, I'll create another OU. We'll call it not sync OU. So why we need this kind of OUs? Generally, whenever we want to sync users from on-premise to cloud, we have users, and out of these 10 users, we have 2 users we don't want to sync them. So we will move into not sync OU, and while configuration the accounts to AD Connect, we will select this OU as an exception in not sync. So whichever the user exists into this OU will not be able to sync to cloud. Hello, hello. Am I audible?
Yes.
Vasant is also one of our senior guy. Vasant, please do add something if you want to add.
In this on-prem, I was working on 1 year only, so I don't have much experience in that.
Okay. See,
So in that we are
because
creating
of
the
cloud,
users and
because of cloud, our maximum on-premise, our maximum Office 365 admins also don't know the basics, because what happens in cloud, it's so simple.
yes,
So whenever it comes to troubleshooting, they always stuck, and that's the reason they are unable to clear interviews.
yes.
Cloud is
Most of the when we are working on on-prem, so when we are creating a users and we are configuring the secondary email address in SMTP, we are doing like that. And another thing is when we are enabling user IDs, disabling the user IDs, and configuring the OUs. This part we are doing in supporting SiteShaker. So I'm working into L2 support. So in that we are adding a members also. We can do that in on-prem when we are adding a group, creating a group and adding a members, and all these parts we can do in on-prem. So after that we can sync into the Azure ready. The users needs to be synced to Azure ready. So these are the things we can do.
okay, great. So thank you, Vasant. See, whatever
Yeah, sure.
you guys are doing, we have to do these practicals. So come up with the task, come up with the solutions. Because
Sure, Shekhar.
you guys tell me what to do now, because see, I am also teaching first time, right?
Sure.
Doing
Yeah.
things, I have done it. My company requirement, everybody has their company requirement, and they were able to do it. But for people who are here to learn new, they don't know what will be done, right? Why we are learning this, what is the purpose of
Yeah.
this. So when if I have given you the homework, simply read the FSMO roles. Manoj, are you there? Hello.
I think he did not join second time.
Okay. So when people somebody still join. My side. Yeah. So what happens whenever if people are joining for learning, they don't know why we need this. If this read master, this schema master, and this going theoretical is never understandable. And by doing rectification, you can explain into the interview, but you will not understand what's the purpose of clearing this, writing and all, mugging up. Sorry if I'm talking Hindi. So Edward won't understand, right? So these things we generally do on daily basis, and that's the reason I need volunteers also who can explain, who can come up with their add-ons, like Farukhdin come up with his read master more deeper knowledge. So everybody are most welcome to contribute their part.
Sure,
Okay.
Shekhar. Yeah.
On-premise is more tougher than cloud security, and that's the reason the technology is made our human more lazier than other before.
Yes.
Everything
Shekhar.
is done by Office 365. Everything is managed, automated by Azure AD. So we don't get chance to read all these stuffs. So that's the reason I started from Active Directory. I will also cover cybersecurity, and I will also teach AI for free. I'm also learning AI.
Okay, Shekhar.
Even cloud exists, but still nobody could replace Active Directory till now. It's the most demanding and one of the powerful tool in AD. AD is the one of the most powerful tool. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
Shekhar.
So what all we covered today? We have covered Dora Process. We have covered FSMO roles. We have covered creating OU. We have covered creating users, and we have covered. Everybody have done password reset or not yet? Who has not done it? Can you say something?
I
In my
never
team.
even got chance to change password.
Everybody have done it or no?
No, Shekhar. It will be done by L1 in my team.
Yes.
So do we have L1 here? Anybody?
Yeah, I used to do it previously.
See, I was also L1. I started my career in starting from support engineer only. So I used to work in HCL and service desk.
Same here. I used to work in Dell. Same person.
Vasant, you are also in Wipro, right?
Yes, Shekhar.
I think Bharat is also in Wipro, right, Bharat?
Yes, that. I left Wipro in May. Now I'm in TCS.
Okay.
I was in Wipro.
Okay.
Yes.
So Wipro, which team you are in?
Sorry,
Office
sir,
365?
check it.
Wipro, which team you are in?
Office 365.
Office 365. Okay.
Yeah.
Bharat, you are also in Office 365 in Wipro, right?
Yes. Office 365 in Gurgaon office.
Okay. See, that's how the industry is very small. We meet people, we make friends, we learn from each other, and we share knowledge. Right.
Yes, yes, check it.
Anyways, I was out of the topic. Let's come back. So, your feedback and your support will be really helpful for me, man. Especially, at least watch on the YouTube videos which I'm making for you, spending 2 hours each day, right? And do comment, like, subscribe, share. I mean, I'm not begging you to share, but it's like what I'm getting out of these, just brushing up my knowledge. That's it. I have no intention to make money, or I know that it's not a platform to make money, but I'm just trying to help somebody who can utilize this knowledge. So when I was taking interviews in TCS and in other companies, I generally ask this question, FSMO roles. So mostly people know FSMO roles, that what is FSMO roles. 5 roles they know, but they don't know the behind it. They just know the mugging up things. Most of them, they do the mug ups. I'm talking 80% of the candidates I have interviewed, just mug up the FSMO roles. And I know the technique of how to clear interviews. Anyways, let's come back to the topic. So, what other tasks do we get in office, Vasant or Farooq? Can somebody give me their daily basis activity, what we can show now?
AD you are talking about, or in Office 365?
AD.
In AD, what we are doing in creating users, adding users in groups, adding computers in groups.
Okay, let's create group.
Joining domains.
So we have, if you talk about group, thanks Bharat. So if we talk about group, why do we create groups? We have groups like domain type, group scope. So security group and distribution group, domain, local, universe, and global. So this is the most asked question in interviews. What is the difference between security group and distribution group? Can anybody explain?
Security group, it's having limited resource shaker, so we can have limited access, limited number of part of that group. The distribution we can having we can add unlimited numbers, but we can't share the environment.
Anybody else?
In security group, like we can assign permission to the group and the members, and the distribution group is only like we can create a list of users in that, but it doesn't have email address assigned to it.
Okay, great. Anybody else?
Security group is to manage accesses to resources like file shares or printers, any folder access or something like that. Whereas distribution group is like a distribution list where we'll be mostly using for sending emails to convey the information to the whole team.
Okay, anybody else? Whoever knows and able to speak, please go ahead and take the opportunity to explain. Okay, so all of were partially correct, but the key difference which generally interviewer wants to know from this question is, this is the definition you're talking about. Everybody knows, can read the definitions, but the reason behind of this question is,
and one more thing, for TL, the group scope should be universal and it should be like a distribution, the group type, whereas for security it will be like a security.
Okay, so great, thank you. So we used to have, so I have created one group. See, the group icon got changed. Cloud only has 2 people face here, and when you see Chandrasekhar or guest has just 1 face here. Okay, so whoever is the group has 2 icons. If I create computer, new, contact. If I create contact, Chandra 2, display name Chandra 2. So if you see contact, this also has just 1 person, 1 face, and it's showing contact type, contact. It says user. this says security group, this says user, this is group, right? If I create one computer here, computer name Windows 11, this is also computer. Why it is showing computer? It should not show computer. I should create computer here. Which part of the Active Directory is giving me this error? Can you explain? Anybody? Any idea? I just explained FSMO roles. Which part of FSMO roles taking care of this error?
Domaining master.
Domain.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Domain naming master.
So I'll create Windows 8 computer. See, Windows, this is computer, the icon is computer. Okay. So what kind of request do you get? Let's suppose Vasant was in IT department and now he wants to move to HR department. Okay. So what do we get a request that move users from Vasant department got changed, so you'll get a request. So what we do, we pick up the Chandrasekhar here or he's in normal users and we'll move the users. So this kind of request we get then. Users HR team. So now this user will come into HR team, Chandrasekhar.
Yes.
So whenever we have whatever the policy, whatever the conditions are applied on this HR team, Chandrasekhar will get these permissions. So when Chandrasekhar was in this normal users, he will get the permissions, whatever group policies are applied on this particular. This is to use to manage our group policies. OUs are also used to manage our group policies. Group policy is one of the other topic I'll cover in next session, another session. But that's the reason also we should, we need to know. Let's suppose if somebody was working in customer service and he was in a customer service department where he could not open the notepad because he can save the customer information. He could not open the Excel sheet because he could share the customer information. He could not open the facebook.com because he would be searching the customers on the Facebook. But now he is being improved to he has moved to HR team. So HR can open the Facebook also, HR can open the LinkedIn also, HR can open other website also. So whatever the policies applied on this HR team folder, the person who will be moving into this team will have automatically those access, whichever access being given to HR team. Understood? Okay. So I think that's all for today, and hope you understand. Anything else you want to clear or you did not understand? Because the session will be too long then.
You're going to say the key difference between security group and distribution group.
Yeah, I was telling you the key difference of security group. What they want to want to ask you when they ask the interview questions, that the security group in Office 365, when you create a distribution group, there are option called mail enabled security group and a security group. So I wanted to understand the difference between mail enabled security group and a security group. Can someone explain?
Security group which is created in AD, whereas a mail enabled security group, it will be created in Exchange Online.
No, even in Office 365 you can create security group. Anyone else? Okay, mail enabled security group, which are the part of mail enabled security group, can only send an email to the members who are part of these groups. Mail enabled security group. And security groups is a group where other people can also send email to them. Distribution group, anybody can send an email, right? Whoever has that distribution group email address. But mail enabled security group, only the person who has access to that mail enabled, who is a member of that group, he can only send an email.
Yes.
If
So our next session we will be covering. This is my another machine. We'll be covering how to join the domain into your computer. So this time, if you see into computers, you see only this computer which I just created, and I can delete this. If you see domain controller, you see only one domain controller. Okay. So tomorrow we will be creating this machine. This is non-domain join machine. I will join this machine to our Active Directory. After joining that domain, that will be secondary domain controller, and it will start showing here. How to join domain, and what error do we get, we will troubleshoot tomorrow only, and then we'll explain why do we need another .dc. Okay.
Yep.
So that's for today's session. Thank you. But before we end, I just wanted to, as I mentioned, this will be two-way. This should be two-way session. So I just wanted you to explain each one of you anything you learned today, any challenge did you face, anything new you learned, or so others can have your knowledge and experience as well. We'll start from Bharat. What kind of tickets did you get? Anything did you learn today? Or any challenge did you get today? I'm not your manager, but I'm just asking to share with others that what kind of ticket do you get? What did you learn today?
We received 3 tickets only. One is for MFA. So the user was not able to authenticate himself.
Can you speak a bit louder, Bharat?
When user is trying to access a portal, so via his account, he was not able to access the portal just because of that he was not getting that SMS or voice call through that MFA. So he's not getting that message from Microsoft, and even he was not getting that call. So I remove him from MFA and ask him to re-register. So I'm waiting for his confirmation. Let's wait when he will confirm if she will fix or not. I hope it will be fixed. And another ticket we received that for configuration, another 2 ticket for Delinea configuration. So here we configured that and closed those tickets, and suddenly just now I received another ticket for configuration. I'm just configuring that one.
Okay. So Bharat is working in cybersecurity already. So we will be taking hands-on experience from such resources in our group. So you will also have some basics understanding starting from. Okay. So next we have Farukdin. Farukdin, which technology do you work?
I used to work on Intune basically and endpoint support.
So can you share any experience from your?
So on day-to-day basis, we were working on endpoint configuration, like working on autopilot, configuring laptops and other things, other devices, kind of, and troubleshooting the issues, whatever. Basically working on.
Can you cover any one of the topic from your technology?
Yeah, I can cover on the endpoint part.
Yes, please. Just basics. Yeah. For others to know. Yeah, please go ahead. Sorry to interrupt.
So basically, we used in autopilot for configuring the laptops. Like we have our branches in 17 countries, and wherever there is a requirement or a new joinee, we have our vendors set up there in Europe, and we just pull up the hash of that particular device, enter it into the Intune, configure the profile, user profile, and the device profile in Intune, and the user just has to enter his credentials, and rest all is done by the autopilot basically, and the user just needs to configure the Outlook profile, and that's it. He's ready to use the laptop. All other softwares and applications are automatically pushed on it.
Okay, first of all, let me say I'm very grateful for this session. I've been looking forward to get training sessions mostly on Microsoft servers and Microsoft 365. So, as of what I've done today, it's my off day today, so I really had to step away from my computer today. But because of this session, I had to come online. So the takeaway for today has been only about the 5 Active Directory FSMO.
I know it's not your what did you learn today. It's not revision. It's not. I just wanted to know if anything you want to share from your today's experience, not from this class, from your current job. Anything from yesterday's.
Okay. Today I was off. Let me say that
Okay,
I'm
that's fine.
on holiday today. Yeah.
Vasant or Satish, anybody? Sindhu is not working currently. Anything you want to share with us?
Yeah, Shekhar, actually, I'm working on Okra report regarding, so I'm working on project side presently.
Okay.
So I'm assessing the client environment. So if is there any gaps in this client environment related to block sign-in reports and all those things, I am collecting those reports, and so I want to check the gaps, and I want to represent the customer regarding the gaps.
So how do you check these
So
gaps?
under Security Admin Center, I am going with that report, Shekhar, presently.
Okay. So that is also part of cybersecurity, I believe.
I think it is related to, yeah, it's one of the part of cybersecurity.
See, we have already people from cybersecurity. See, what is the concept of cybersecurity? Generally, people say cybersecurity is a technology. No, cybersecurity is very vast. Whenever we comes concerned of the security, using any tool, it can be Okta, it can be CyberArk, it can be Office 365 security portal. We had somebody, I forgot the name, who could not join the next meeting, who was already from cybersecurity team of Office 365. So it's a huge topic, and there are multiple people who. So this part I will not be recording. Okay, I'll not be putting.
Yeah.
So you can openly discuss whatever you do.
Yeah. Presently, I'm doing these reports, and also one of the tasks is regarding Okta report. I'm working on it presently. So second one is related to license optimization. Presently, I'm working on it. So license optimization means that if we are left from the organization, some users are having licenses. Okay. So in that HR process is not done clearly in that organization. So we are finding those gaps who are having the licenses. So we need to remove those licenses. We suggest that customer.
Mhm.
So I'm working on it presently. This thing, I think customer is get some cost benefit in those things.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you, Vasant. Thank you so much. So that's
Yeah,
all
so-
for today, team. Satish or Ravi, you want to share something, or we can wrap up? Okay, thank you all. That's all for today. We'll connect tomorrow.